Hey guys, hope you're doing great in life. Welcome to another Frontier Indica video. As most of you would know, a lot of young people in India these days have been fully indoctrinated to become leftist sympathizers, and in some cases, even active foot soldiers for the Commie Brigade. The problem is particularly acute among those individuals who are college educated, come from upper middle class families, or are working professionals. So the obvious question is, why is this happening? Why has such an important cohort of our population thrown its weight behind nihilistic and degenerate ideology? To begin answering this question, we must first understand that one of the primary characteristics which defines the youth is idealism. A quote which is often wrongly attributed to Winston Churchill sums it up perfectly. If you are not a liberal at 25, you have no heart. If you are not a conservative at 35, you have no brain. Leftists capitalize on this naive idealism of young people and promise them that they can have their cake and eat it too. Oh, we can all live like kings if only Modi increased taxes on all those evil rich people, or Islamist mobs would have never burned down all those neighborhoods if we just let in more Rohingyas. The insanity of these radical ideas is easier to identify for those who have more real-world experience. But for those who have been cocooned into safe spaces by their parents their whole lives, even such nonsensical statements may seem appealing. What makes matters worse, much worse, is how our college faculties, particularly in the social sciences, have been infiltrated by Marxist professors who view it as part of their duty to their cause to subvert our institutions and indoctrinate the young. When 18-19-year-old kids are continuously told by their own professors that India is illegally occupying Kashmir or that everything about the Hindu faith is aggressive and backward, is it any wonder then that many of them blindly accept such ludicrous ideas? Another reason why the leftist propaganda machinery is so successful with the youth has to do with language, the English language to be precise. Now, there's nothing wrong with the English language in itself. The issue is that as a person consumes more and more English media and entertainment, he or she becomes exposed to vastly more amounts of cultural Marxist programming, courtesy the Anglo-American world, where leftists have a much bigger stranglehold over society. And last but not the least is a very intriguing idea, that of a luxury belief class, propounded by Rob Henderson in Quillette magazine. He presents the case that a lot of strange hyper-progressive beliefs are taken up by the upper class in the US as a means of indicating their social status and moral high ground. When someone drops words like heteronormative or pansexuality, it's a signal to show that they have attended an elite educational institution. Normal people with real problems don't have the time and money to incorporate weird terminology like this into their lexicon. What's more, these luxury beliefs, as they spread down across to the rest of society, eventually end up costing the lower classes much more than the upper class. A case in point is how marriage rates have only declined marginally for top income earners in the US, but have collapsed for the rest of the population. In the Indian context, ideas like Brahminical patriarchy or Savarn hegemony are perfect examples of such luxury belief status signaling by leftists. The real intention is not to create a more egalitarian society, but to look virtuous and sophisticated. With that, we'll bring this video to an end, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have conversations on many such interesting subjects in the future.